we say good morning to you. We're broadcasting live today at Pizza Inn here in Elizabeth. Oh, it's already packed back here. Sunroom. 1 table, 2 tables, 3 tables, 4 tables already just opened up 11 minutes ago because they're coming in and enjoy this buffet. 12 pizzas out there on the rack, ready to roll out on the table, I should say. The serving area, you've got the spaghetti, you got the penne, you got the rotini noodles. Listen to the dessert pizzas today. Bavarian cream, chocolate chip, cherry pizza, cinnamon stromboli. Love it. Where's my bell? Bell, here we go. There you go, Bell. Cinnamon stromboli, apple. They got blueberry out there as well. These are the dessert pizzas. Birthday cake pizza. Spaghetti, penne, rotini noodles. Again, the adult buffet is $10.99. And kids eat free. Kids buffet tonight from 4 to 9, by the way. It's Tuesday. It's kids night here at Pizza Inn in Elizabethton. Kids eat free to the paying adult. I'm sorry, kids pay $2.99. They don't eat free. $2.99 with the paying adult. Might as well eat free, though. As cheap as that is, it's really hard to believe. But $2.99. Kids buffet today. All you can eat for the youngins from 4 until 9 o'clock for $2.99 with a paid adult. So there you go. And I just said that wrong, too. It's $3.99. I didn't read my notes right. $3.99. Kids buffet. But still, access to 12 pizzas and all those dessert pizzas and 3 types of pasta. Everything in the bar the kid can get, even the salads for $3.99 with a paid adult. Can't beat it. It's great value for the family, especially if you're trying to watch your pennies, and we all are, of course. Let's get it cranked. Who's going to do it the national anthem today? Let's see. Kingdom Heirs, front and center, please. The national anthem for the Southern Gospel Group out of Dollywood. On show number 2292 at Pizza Inn, we're loaded for bear. Lots to talk about. More changes in college sports. It's unbelievable. More changes coming. Just since yesterday's show, new things are coming out. We'll have it for you next year after the national anthem on the Tom Miller Sports Show live at Pizza Inn in Elizabethton.
1, 2. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And back to the Tom Doe Sports Show again. We are live here at Pizza Inn in Elizabethton. Oh, yes. Cranking it up, folks, and cranking it out. $10.99 like it eat. 12 pizzas, piping out there. Got the ovens cranking. They've been getting them loaded up, ready to go. Emma's back here working on the back in the sunroom. Jennifer's back in the sunroom. We've got 1 table, 2 tables, 3 tables, 4, 5, 6 tables already full back here, and it's only 11:17, but only been open in 17 minutes. In fact, they were waiting to get in when we pulled up to set up for the show. So, folks, understand, for the value, here's a family over here of 1, 2, 3, 4. See, 2, 4, 6 youngins and 2 adults wearing it out for lunch here at the Pizza Inn in Elizabeth. All right, so here we go. As I said, there's always changes. Every time I get up every morning, I go, okay, what's next? And so we got another change. It's a power play, and it's going to work. It'll get what they want. It'll accomplish the goal of which they want to get this. They're going to put the squeeze, and here it goes. Leaders from the Power Four conferences are circulating a binding document that would radically transform rules enforcement in college football. Contract would create the College Sports Commission, a new entity geared towards rules enforcement. Power Four schools would be required to sign the contract or risk being expelled from their leagues and having members refuse to play games against them. They're going to squeeze them. They're going to get what they want, and they will. Power Four schools will be required to sign the contract or risk being expelled from the leagues and having member schools refuse to play against them. Either you're in with us or you're not. It will limit the ability for schools to sue over enforcement decisions. If the document is signed, and it's going to be signed. I mean, it's out there, and they've made that proposal, and it's going to be signed. Sure as I'm sitting in the seat at Pizza Inn. It'll create legitimate enforcement power. Yep. It would put an end to the largely unregulated market. Everybody going to be singing off the same page. Either you sign up for it, or we're going to squeeze you, and you'll get kicked out of your league. Basically, we're not going to play you. Your rival members in your conference in the Power Four schools would not be required to play you. Interesting. So, if the document is signed, it'll be signed. Comes in the wake of a wave of legal complications at the state level. Multiple states have considered legislation would prevent the settlement from being legally enforceable in the states. Noticeably here in Tennessee, we just passed a law last week that would prevent the rules that violate the state laws to go into effect. Interesting. So there's an umbrella of state laws, and if what you're doing violates the state laws here in Tennessee, it will not go into effect. So that's a whole new can of worms. Wow. Is it enforceable? It's called the CSC, the College Sports Commission, will be an attempt to create a legally allowable enforcement mechanism so that the sport can have laws. In the case where Tennessee's law preventing NIL rules that they feel are illegal, can UT voluntarily take part in the deal? Can the courts clear them? It's really good questions. So now you have yet another set of rules. You have the state of Tennessee, again, as we said, passed a law last week that would prevent rules that violate state laws. Here's our state laws. If you're doing something that we don't think jives with the state, we're not going to cause you. We're not going to make you enforce it. If you're a university, if you're a public university in Tennessee. Wow. Any final solution will require clear court decisions. All this pointing to Washington, of course, which is where this is all headed, and let the government finally jump in, and which they should have done to begin with, in my opinion. Well, how do you create something with no rules and regs? Just throw it out there and say, oh, we'll worry about enforcing it or building guardrails for the rules and regs later on. Let's just get it out there. And that's what they've done. And so now they've got Pandora's box wide open, and they don't have a lid for it. But they're trying to create a lid for something that's been out there for 3 or 4 years. So we'll see. Happy birthday to Cher today. Cher's having a birthday. Legendary singer of the Sonny and Cher fame, of course, married Greg Allman at one point. Cher's having a birthday, 79 candles on her birthday cake today. NASCAR and now NHRA driver Tony Stewart having a birthday today. Tony Stewart is 54 on this Tuesday, May the 20th, 2025. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back. We'll take a look at who's playing where today in the spring fling It's cranking up today. The SEC baseball tournament's up and running. Our first game was this morning, started at 9:30, so it's well into that first game. And we'll see how that goes, too. And let you know the schedule for today's SEC baseball tournament in Hoover, Alabama. We are live here again at Pizza Inn. And it is hopping. Wow. I figured to get busy for lunch in a few minutes, but it's busy now. So not too busy for you, of course. Senior buffets, $8.99 Monday through Friday from 11 to 4. And all day on Wednesday, senior buffet. The adult buffet is $10.99. All you can eat, 12 pizzas, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dessert pizzas, put you up at 18, 19 pizzas. Salad, soup on the bar, and also spaghetti, penne, noodles, and rotini noodles, all for $10.99. You can't, there's no way you can make it for that. Not even close to making it. Everything you get for $10.99. But they're cranking them out here, Pizza Inn. So at any point, always 12 pizzas on the bar, on the buffet. All right, quick break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at Spring Fling. Who's playing? We got softball today, baseball today. We'll see who's playing where in the big tournament, trying to win a state championship down in Murfreesboro and bring it back home to Northeast Tennessee, which is, I hope, what they do. That's what I'm hoping they do anyway. Quick break. Right back after this. Show number 2292 on the road to Pizza Inn in Elizabethton on the Tom Dillon Sports Show.
After a long, hard day at work, all you want to do is relax at home, right? But how can you possibly relax when your home's not comfortable? If you want to feel more comfortable at home, give Advanced Heat Pump Systems a call today. With over 30 years of experience and the most innovative solutions, you can rest assured that Advanced Heat Pump Systems will make your home more comfortable. Give them a call today, 926-2665, or visit them online at advancedheatpump.com.
Back on the Tom Dillon Sports Show. Our first guest is here. She will join us coming up here in a second. All right, so here's what's going on with the weather today. We've got according to our meteorologist, Jesse, the Storm Tracker SAC grade, 2 out of 1 to 5, a number 2. 2 out of 5 risk for thunderstorms, severe weather late this afternoon and into early tonight. Make you aware of that. So, now, do with as you need. You're a level-headed, logical thinking person, so you take it for what you want to take it for. Anyway, 1 out of 5 out of 5 is, of course, terrible. It's 2 out of 5 right now. So, again, chance for some rain, obviously high winds, light, frequent lightning, and the typical things you have with a storm. So, But anyway, I want to make you aware of that it is out there today. We do have a chance later this afternoon of some severe weather, late this afternoon into early tonight for our region here in northeast Tennessee, southwest Virginia, and western North Carolina. The risk is a 3 to 5 as you head down to Chattanooga, Knoxville, all the way up to Morristown. So if you're traveling down that direction tonight, you have a better chance of running into damaging winds, large hail, even a chance of a tornado down around the Knoxville, Chattanooga area today, this afternoon. Trying to scare you? No, I'm not trying to scare you. Trying to tell you what, trying to give you, what you need to know, and you react to it like you need to. That's all. No, I'm not into scaring people, but I'm into informing you. So there you go. High today around 84 degrees. So partly sunny, heavy showers this afternoon, storms possible, and a chance of severe weather today here in the region. 2 out of 5 chance of severe weather, or a level 2, I should say. Let's do it that way. Level 2, a level 3 down in the Knoxville, Chattanooga area. So make you aware of that. All right. So let me look real quick what's going on in baseball. Our first guest is here. We'll talk swimming. Miss Kelly's in the house. She's a hoot. We like her. She's a good lady. Does a good job with these kids. She pushes them to be the best they can be, and I like that. Appreciate that of her. So here we go. Baseball Single A State Championship at 6:30 tonight. University High taking on Union City in Single A baseball. That's from our neck of the woods in baseball today. University High, Union City, UH at 27-8, Union City at 25-8. Greenville plays at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Green Devils at 32-8 taking on South Gibson, who's 31-9 in the 3A State Baseball Championship from our neck of the woods. And Providence Academy plays today. They play at 4 o'clock against Columbia Academy. And again, I would assume Nashville's under the gun for the bad weather too. I don't know that, but I'm making an assumption. Normally you get the weather that comes from west to east, so I'm just making that purely an assumption. I'll check and see in a minute. I'm pretty sure they're under the gun out there too as well with the weather. All right? That's in baseball and softball today. North Green takes on Eagleville at 3 o'clock. Of course, baseball and softball are double elimination. Greenville 23-6, Eagleville 20-5. That's at 3 o'clock today in Single A softball. In Triple A softball, Unicoi County at 1 o'clock takes on Dyer County. Blue Devils at 23-8, the Lady Blue Devils. Dyer County at 31-9. That's today. Also, Dobbinsville, the defending state champion softball, takes on Rossview. Lady Indians at 23-16. Rossview at 16-13. They'll play that one today at 2 o'clock. So we've got lots to tell you about tomorrow on the show. We're at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. So that's that. All right. Let's go to soccer. We have a local soccer team. We do. Cobb County plays today against Union Camp at 4 o'clock. So Cobb County in the AA State Boys Soccer Championship. So good luck to them. And last but not least, we take a look at tennis. The girls' tennis going on today. Ladies' tennis will be Science Hill playing at 3 o'clock today against Collierville in team tennis in the state tennis tournament. Let's see if anybody else is playing on the ladies' side. The singles and doubles will come up later this week. So Science Hill plays today. On the boys' side, tennis, it's University High taking on Merrill Hyde. Never heard of that school. At 1 o'clock today. So UH's boys tennis team in the state tournament. Science Hill's boys are in the state tournament against Cookville. They play at 1 o'clock today. So we have a lot of kids down there participating in a lot of different sports. We want them all to bring back state championships in Northeast Tennessee. That's my take on it anyway. That's what's going on. Everything else individually will be coming up on Thursday. The state track and field starting today too. And so we got a lot of youngsters down there from Northeast Tennessee and 8 in there from Elizabeth. We talked about that yesterday. So quick break. She's here. Miss Kelly's in the house. Kelly Broussard, swim coach from Elizabeth and I. She's here to talk about her summer swim program and just swimming in general. It's a sport you can start and do it forever. So seniors, little people, jump them in there and put them in at 2 and 3 years old and get them going, swimming all the way till they're senior citizens. We're here live at Pizza Inn, the adult buffet, $10.99. It's kids' night tonight from 4 to 9, $3.99 with the paying adult. All you need with the kids is awesome. That's where we are broadcasting live. We're back here in the sunroom, and it is busy. Got some folks from the Washington County Sheriff's Department here. Got several of those folks having lunch. We like it. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll be here on Thursday at the Eagle Center in Elizabethton. Kelly Broussard, swim coach, is next on the Tom Dillon Sports Show.
One of the great sponsors of the Tom Dillon Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Folks, never been here. What's going on at the Eagle Center? Tell me about it.
Well, we have so many good things going on. I have wonderful vendors who keep their booths stocked fresh and organized and neat and with new things all the time, great prices, a great selection. We have 2 floors and almost 50 vendors, and you won't see the same thing twice.
A waiting list to get here, downtown Elizabeth, the Eagle Center. Again, it is open, what's your hours?
We're open 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Closed on Sunday.
Closed on
Pretty
Sunday.
obvious. So, anything you want, again, what's your little catchphrase you always say?
Things tell a story when people no longer can.
Mm-hmm. So, what's the neatest thing about the Eagle Center? You own the place. What do you think is the neatest thing?
There's so many neat things. You know, so many people have this idea of what an antique store is. We have a little bit of new, a little bit of old, and a lot of in between. It's clean. It's not musty and smelly. It's well lit. It's fun. I mean, there are so many things here to add character and conversation to your homes, gift ideas. We could go on and on. It's a really great store.
How do we find you on social media?
You find us on Facebook, the Eagle Center Co-op, and then on Instagram, it's Eagle Center Antiques.
And the magic phone number is?
The number is 542-6674.
Here you go. One of our great sponsors in downtown Elizabethton, the Eagle Center. Proud sponsor of the Tom Dillon Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports.
And back with the Tom Dillon Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Coming up, Andrew Smith joins us, sports writer, Johnson City Press, here in a few minutes. This is the Rose and the Thorn segment right here. This is Coach Broussard. We think the world of this young lady. Does a great job. How much have you jumped this swim program? How long? First off, how long have you been?
I just passed my 5-year mark. I was hired the year of COVID, so there wasn't a whole lot to do right at this point yet, 5 years ago, but beginning June 1st, we were back in the water. It was one of the few sports that you could actually do still. We still had to have some distance, create a situation where we had distance between the kids then, but yeah, that chlorine, it killed the virus, so we were one of the only teams that were still able to practice at that time. So, yeah, 5 years.
So how much have you jumped the numbers since participation's up?
Let's see. I can go best by the high school team. I started that first year, I had 7, and now I consistently have had 18 or 19.
So you're almost triple the numbers.
Yes, almost.
Consistently, yep.
Yeah.
So, and you also kind of helped get the middle school program cracking too, right? 'Cause that's your big program.
Yeah. So the second year that they were in existence was my first year, and I worked closely with Coach Kaylee Sams to promote that. So that jumped from about 9 kids the first year to we had 40 come out for the team the very next year.
Wow, that's
It's
awesome.
not that high now. It hasn't been since then, but we had 20 on the team last year. So
It's a sport, and you know this, I'm preaching to the choir out there in internet land, but it's a sport that you can do forever.
Yeah.
Kind of like bowling. Once you start bowling or playing putt-putt or golf, you can do that as long as you can do it. Same with swimming. Same with walking, for that matter. But
right.
so it's a sport that really works every muscle in your body.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
Yep. It's and compete
And compete.
all your life.
All your
There's master swimmers that swim when they're 100, 101.
Yeah.
We've been at meets where there's been some pretty old people there, and they're still going.
Still going,
Yeah, to
absolutely.
be able to move your body in that way at that age is,
Phenomenal.
yeah, it really is.
It really is. Now, before we get into why you're here about the summer swim program, let's brag on you a little bit. what was it, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? You yourself got in the pool and won some
It
awards.
was 2 years ago in August.
Yeah.
We went down to Sarasota for Masters Nationals. And yeah, I won the 200 freestyle, so came home a national champion. That was,
Big deal.
yeah.
There you go. Ring that bell. Sure.
Yeah, I was very humbled by that. It was neat.
How many was in the, what event did you do?
Oh, well, that was the 200 freestyle.
Okay.
So, and this is summer season is long course season. So you're in an Olympic-sized 50-meter pool.
Mm-hmm.
So in that particular pool, that's 4 lengths of the pool freestyle. You know, what you call Tarzan stroke, but with our head down instead of up.
Yeah.
But I had also swum several other events that same weekend. So came home with a second place in the 200 individual medley, which is all 4 strokes, butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle. And I don't even remember what all I placed, to be honest with you, but I came home with some nice big medals.
Hardware.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, and the point of this is, so when she gets out on the pool deck and tries to coach, or not tries, does coach, she can come from authority. If I get out there and tell them, here's what you need to do, she don't know.
Yeah.
She's done it. She's got the awards to back it up, so she knows what she's talking about. So
It has helped me become a better coach, I believe.
Sure.
Being able to get in there and be able to relate to exactly what they're going through. And it also has helped me become a better swimmer.
plus, you've earned her respect because it's like she just doesn't talk it, she walks it. So anyway, a national champion several times over, and so that kind of goes a long way. I don't know how many swim coaches in Northeast Tennessee can say I went and swam, won a national championship, but Coach Broussard can't. We're live here at the Pizza Inn. This place is rocking. I
It
mean,
is. It's very busy
yep,
today.
I love it. We weren't even, when I got in here, they were waiting. They were lined up outside to get in the place.
Here
So-
because of you.
No, because of the
See your
food.
face.
No, it's the
Yeah.
12. It's the 12 pizzas. So which one of these would you like? Are you dessert? Are you a dessert girl? You're a
I
sweet tooth?
love their cherry.
There you go.
Yes.
Cherry,
That's my favorite.
Bavarian cream, chocolate chips, cinnamon stromboli. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Apple, blueberry, and birthday cake pizzas.
Dangerous.
Yes, love it. So that's what's on the buffet today.
Yeah.
So, and 12 pizzas total. And you got 3 pasta, spaghetti, penne noodles, and rotini noodles. You got the salad, you got the soups. For $10.99, you can't beat it. Tonight's kids' night. Kids from 4 to 9 come in and eat with a paying adult, get to eat all they want to eat for $3.99. You couldn't make it for that. I'm not sure you go out there and make a pizza for $10.99, just one.
Yeah, I don't think you can, not anymore.
No. So she's here to talk swim summertime. We still are swimming in the summer in Betsytown. So what's going on with swimming?
Well, we've got our summer league program underway now. We practice 5 days a week, or as often as the kids can make it. We offer 5 practices every week. We also have our what we call our water spouts that graduated from our swim lesson program, which is also going on right now. And they swim right before the bulk of the team practices, so that we have a coach in the water with them, still working with them on the necessary skills that they need to learn. And we have our swimming lesson program going on right now also that started early April and goes through July. And then we began offering private lessons as well this year, too. Something going on in the pool almost all the time now.
The pool in Elizabeth High School has been had a redo the last couple of years. It's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah, we've altogether put $92,000 into the pool in the last, well, it took us about 3 years to do that. We
Wow.
fundraised the heck out of ourselves, and we resurfaced the pool deck, so it's a lot safer now. It looks a lot nicer. We got bleachers on either side of the pool now. We have brand new starting blocks. We got lockers in the locker room. We got brand new starting blocks. Did I say that already? The starting block and a brand new timing system. That was the real big exciting purchase. That is the thing that will hopefully one day allow us to start hosting some Masters swim meets as well as some USA swim meets. So we have our summer league going on right now, and some of those kids are also USA registered swimmers, so they swim year round. And our team has just become a registered USA swim team. So we can help those kids keep competing year-round, and hopefully one day we'll be able to host those meets in our own pool. Of course, it'll be smaller meets, but that's the way we kind of like it anyway, get to know people a little bit better. But we're looking right now for a surveyor or an engineer to measure our pool so that we know that it's the legal length to host those meets. So if anybody knows a surveyor or an engineer willing to donate their time and talents to help us do that, then we can start hosting some meets in our pool. And that's kind of a big deal. 'Cause we're the only 25-yard pool in the area, other than the Kingsport Aquatic Center, that can do that. And the Kingsport Aquatic Center, they charge, of course, to rent the pool and all that, where we don't have that expense. So we have a big advantage.
Absolutely.
We have that, yeah.
So you need an engineer or surveyor to come in and donate their time to
Yeah.
adequately measure the pool, is that
We
right?
have to measure each lane of the pool, make sure that it's 25 yards.
Yep.
And then we register that with USA Swimming, and then that's the next step going forward in being able to host meets.
One of your goals is to get these swim programs across state into the proper classification, not just throw them all in together, which they've been doing.
Yeah.
And you're making progress. They're looking, the TLSAA is listening, aren't they?
Yeah, we put a little group together from the TISCA board last year and came up with a plan to at least begin recognizing the smaller schools at the state meet. So even though it's still one consolidated state meet, they're going to score it out from the preliminary events so that those smaller schools that are, not usually the ones that make it back for finals, because those typically are the large private schools that take the bulk of the lanes at in finals. So they're going to score it out during prelims and then give awards to the teams that score based on how they do during the preliminary session. So that should start to incentivize a lot more of these smaller schools to do well and promote their programs a little bit better, because now they're not just going to the state meet to say they just went and got their t-shirt and came home. Now they're going to actually compete for some recognition and possibly a trophy.
Absolutely. There's a
Yeah.
pot of gold under the rainbow, if you will.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I've never asked you this. So if you could meet the swimmer, guy and girl, all-time swimmer, you say competitive swimming, you would say blank on the girls' side. And so let me back up. Who is the Michael Jordan or the Steph Curry, if you will, of swimming? Would it be Spitz? Would it be Laganis? Who would be the all-time, the name guy and girl in swimming?
Oh, that's a good question. There's a lot. Let's see. The girl right now, I think she represents our sport just with such class, and she's just friendly to everybody. She's just no elitism about her at all, because she is so good as Katie Ledecky, for sure. She is spectacular. She could compete with the men too, so that's what makes her really special. The TYR Pro Swim Series goes on throughout the summer, and she would have placed in the 400 freestyle at the last in Fort Lauderdale. The last one, it was like 2 weeks ago. I think she still would have placed 8th or 10th out of the men.
Oh, really?
As a woman, and not very far behind. Like, you're talking from 1st to 10th place. There's only about an 8-second difference, and that's a long event. So 8 seconds is made up, over a long period of time versus a short race. So Katie Ledecky, probably, she's the most winningest female swimmer ever. She's got the most Olympic medals, and she specializes in freestyle, but she does all the strokes. Like, that's the one thing. You'll see these swimmers in the Olympics and at the Pro Swim Series, and they usually specialize in 1 or 2 events. But what people don't realize is they can do all of the strokes, all of the events really, really well. They've just had to choose from all that they can do the very best chances that they have to get that gold medal. And so that's where they look like they've specialized in something. But yeah, so her. And then on the men's side, of course, Michael Phelps comes to
Oh,
mind.
right about him.
Yeah.
Greg Louganis, Michael Phelps, Mark Spitz.
Greg Louganis was a diver.
He was a diver,
Yeah.
okay. So
Let's
that's
see.
what I know.
Mark Spitz.
Probably Phelps.
Yeah, he's definitely, prior to Phelps, the most decorated swimmer. Caleb Dressel, I think I would love to just see him do a start in person, because he's got the best starts out of every swimmer.
Coming out of the blocks.
Yes, coming off the blocks, he is just, you know where the flags are in the pool. They're about 5 yards out. He can literally start, dive in, and basically enter the water under the flags. Like,
Oh,
he
really?
He just flies. Super powerful.
Wow.
So I think I would like to see one of those in person. That would be jaw-dropping. So yeah, there's several, I think, right now. And then we've got a bunch of young kids coming up, and then I don't know, the list is endless. Reagan Smith, she's from Minnesota, so that's where, I'm from Minnesota. I'd love to meet her. She's a butterfly or a backstroker. She's always first, second, or third Olympian at all these big national meets and world championship meets.
So the name would be Katie Ledecky and Michael Phelps.
Probably.
Yeah. I just always thought I'd drive over. I was like, I'm going to ask her because I don't know that.
Yeah.
And I said, Legain is Ted Rolando. He's a diver.
That
There's
was
nothing
a
wrong
very
with
long answer to your question.
Oh, but that's. And that's why I asked you because you're an expert. Because I said Legain, who's a great diver, who's not a great swimmer. Because he doesn't swim, he dives. There's a difference.
Yeah.
So Michael Phelps and Katie Ledecky. So there you go.
There's just a lot of really impressive swimmers.
Mm-hmm.
Spectacular.
You did a fundraiser for the bags. How did that go?
That went well. We sold about half of them. I couldn't even give you. We sold them for $10 a piece, and we had ordered 300. So I guess we made about $1,000 on them. So we still have them. We'll sell them again. Throughout.
They're awesome.
All the time. We have a little rack hanging in the pool area, so we put them up there, and when people come by, they see them, they want them, we'll have them.
I gave them as gifts. When I bought them, I gave them to people. And I gave them to people not even from Elizabeth. And they said, man, this is really neat. So
Yeah.
you make another batch, put Elizabeth and swimming on it.
And what?
If you make another batch, put Elizabeth and put swimming on there somewhere.
Yeah, I think, that's an option.
That's to plant that
we
seed.
tried to make them more universal so that more
That's it.
people could advertise
it.
their,
But I'm thinking about promoting you because I
yeah.
appreciate what you're doing. But
Well,
anyway, so they're neat little bags. You still got them. So next time you come, bring them. We'll push them again. Cause
nice sized tote bags.
Oh,
For
absolutely.
your grocery shopping or any shopping that you do. I just always leave mine in the trunk of my car, and then that's just become my habit. I get out of my car, I go to my trunk, grab my bags, then go into the store. So I don't have to get the plastic bags from the store.
social media, before I let you go, how do we find out more about Elizabeth and swimming and about some of the lessons?
We are, for lessons, swimtyphoons.com is our website. Just add /lessons to the back side of that, swimtyphoons.com/lessons. There's a form to fill out so that I know what your kid is capable of and where to place them in our lesson program. So swimtyphoons.com is our Typhoon Swim Club website. We have our calendar on there and some general information about our program. We're also on Facebook, Typhoon Swim Club on Facebook. And then, of course, Cyclone Swimming is also on Facebook. And that would address both middle school and high school teams.
I like the name of the little people, the water spouts. I love
Yeah,
that. That's
our
cute.
water spouts.
I love that.
Yep,
Very
that's our
cute.
entry-level Typhoons. Yep.
Get you some lunch. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
We'll get you back in. Well, we'll give you the summer off. Or you can come back and promote that some more if you want to. I don't care.
We'll come back and let you know how our summer league season went.
Yes.
So we finish.
Yes, please do that.
Okay.
Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at some Major League Baseball. We're live here again. We're under on level or level 2 as far as risk of severe storms here. If you're traveling down to Chattanooga and Knoxville, down that area, you're at the level 3, which means chance a little bit higher of a tornado and severe weather and lightning and heavy rain. We're supposed to get some of that this afternoon, but we're on level 2 and then on level 3. So making you aware of that if you're traveling that direction, you're probably going to go into the I guess the teeth of the storm because they typically come west to east, come from that direction. So just making you aware, you do what you want. Am I trying to scare you? No. Just really trying to inform you. If you get scared, that's of your volition. I'm just informing. That if it gets you scared, then that's you, not me. But just want to let you know what's going on. Isn't that the right way to do it?
Yeah, you just want them to be safe.
Yeah. Well, just let Kelly know. Kelly deal with it how she wants to deal with it. But we are under level 2 out of 5 with a chance of severe weather coming up here in the Tri-Cities this afternoon. Back after this, we're live at Pete's Inn. Place is rocking, but there's room for you here again on show number 2292. Coming up next week or week after, we'll hit show number 2300. Wow.
Wow.
That's a lot of yapping.
And how many views have you had?
1 million. Last year we had 1 million views. So, and we're on track to be right there again this year too. So And we thank you out there for doing it. Quick break. Back after this from Northeast Community Credit Union on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Tom Taylor Sports Show got a brand new product. Tell me what's going on.
We sure do. We have contactless Visa debit cards, and some of you all have been asking and wanting to know, when are you going to implement that? We are hitting the ground running. So right now you can get your free instant issue contactless debit cards at Northeast Community Credit Union, and that's just another form of payment. So you've got the mag strip on the back, you've got your contactless, invisible, what you want to call it, if you want to pay that way for tabless, or you've got your chip. So we're just staying up to date with all the things, and we listened to you. So you wanted that, and that's what we can provide. And we've implemented it with hard work, behind the scenes, a lot of teamwork, effort, and come get your contactless Visa debit card today.
Available now.
Yes.
At all locations. Our locations are?
They are in Roan Mountain. They are in Elizabethton, one in behind Elizabethton High School, our main office. And then we have one off of 19E in Elizabethton. We have one in Johnson City off of West Oakland Avenue.
Social media, how do we find you?
You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, or bemycu.org.
And the magic main number is?
423-547-1200.
Brand new product from Northeast Community Credit Union. Proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Very simple. It happens every day. Tell us how we can do it.
Yeah, all you got to do is give us a call. We brought 2 yesterday, actually, but you just give us your name and your birthday and tell us where your prescriptions are at right now, and we'll call that pharmacy, get everything brought over. A lot of times people are nervous about moving because they're afraid something doesn't have refills or something can't be transferred. And when that's the case, we'll call those doctors, get you new prescriptions, and take care of everything, really. It's like the people, one of them we had transferred yesterday, said they'd been trying for about 3 days to get medicine refilled and just wasn't happening, and was frustrated and asked if we could do better, and called, got everything transferred. Took maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and we had to call the doctor on one, which waiting on doctors can sometimes be a little time consuming, but they got that called in, and by the afternoon we had everything ready for her.
There you go, folks.
So,
it's just that easy. If you're not happy where you're getting your prescriptions filled, come to the Lingerfield Drug Center. The phone number to call and talk to you about it is?
It's 423-542-2138.
There you go. One of our great sponsors right here of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Get your prescription changed to a mom-and-pop pharmacy that still cares about their people and still wants to give you 100% customer satisfaction. It's right here at Lingerfield Drug Center beside Carter County Bank in downtown Elizabethton. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
This is Pastor Fallow, Pleasant Beach Baptist Church in Elizabethton, and we'd love to have you come be with us. You and your family be with us on Sunday. I'm standing here in the lobby at our visitors table, our welcome table, and there's packets made up with tells you a little more about the church and get acquainted card, and then also a mug and some things in there for you to take with you to remind you to pray for us. And we've got a place for you and your family and want you to come. Our goal is for you to know the Lord Jesus Christ as your Savior. But beyond that, to find your purpose and contentment in life of knowing Him, walking with Him, and serving Him each day. And so we want you and your family to come be with us Sunday morning, Sunday night, or Wednesday night. We're looking forward to seeing you soon. You can find a little more information about us online at pleasantbeachbaptist.com.
And back to the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Coming up, Eric Wilson's going to join us. The captain's in the house. Andrew Smith is here without his ball cap. He's a handsome booger. He's a chick magnet. It's like, well, okay, if you say so, Tom. So, all right, let's talk real quick about college football. We talked earlier. So here's another changing thing. We'll get Andrew's take on this coming up here in a second. But the college football playoffs are coming up with a consensus to change the seeding process for the playoffs coming up. Last year, the 12-team playoff format. Straight seeding proposal has gained support from the ACC, the Big 12, SEC, Big 10 have already said yes. The college football playoff is expanded to 12, of course, in the 2024 season this year. Probably gets bigger next year, but here's what's going on. So, 12-team format ends at the end of this coming season. Multiple automatic qualifiers reserved to the 4 power conferences is where we're going with this thing. So, they're going to it's going to go by a seeding process. So, CAP administrators must approve the proposal. So, top 4 conference champions will receive first-round buys. Starting in 2025, straight seeding would eliminate those automatic buys, what you had last year, and instead reward the top 4 teams in the college football playoff selection committee's final rankings. They want to gander at that. So, that's what's going on in college football. We'll get his take on that coming up here in a second when he's here. So, I want to get you this real quick, too. I want to get Eric in here in a minute. Place is rocking. So, it's kids' night tonight for $3.99 from 4 to 9 o'clock. Where the kids eat $3.99 with a paying adult. Couldn't make it for that, folks, I'm telling you. Could not make it for that. That is a really, really good deal. So, we're going to get Eric's take on the NBA playoffs coming up here in just a second. Let me take a look at the National Hockey League. Eastern Conference Final, the Carolina Hurricanes and the Florida Panthers, Game 1 tonight, that best of 7. Tomorrow night, the Western Conference Final of the National Hockey League, the Edmonton Oilers and Dallas Stars will get with us. So that's your Final 4 of the National Hockey League. Carolina, Florida, Dallas, and Edmonton, which is interesting. It's really been a northern and a Canadian sport. And look here, you got Carolina, Florida, and Dallas. Out of the 4 teams of the Final 4 in the National Hockey League are out of the South, or South and Southwest with Dallas. NBA, Oklahoma City, Minnesota, the Knicks, and Indiana. We'll get Andrew's take on that as well. So all that is coming up. We'll take a break and get them settled in here. Andrew's in the house. Eric's in the house. We're loaded for bears. Place is rocking. The pizzas, Bavarian cream, cherry, chocolate chips, cinnamon stromboli, apple. These are the dessert pizzas. You've got all those different kinds of pizzas out there on the buffet. You've got 3 types of pasta. You got spaghetti. You got the rotini noodles, which I love. Those Alfredo sauce. I'm about to nail that here about at 1 o'clock. No more talking. Be a whole lot of doing this. Fork to face, getting after it. And then also you've got your salads. The adult buffet is $10.99 Monday through Friday, 11 to 4. And the man's in here. We're going to talk to him coming up in a second. We'll see what he is, where his time frame is. And he comes in on his day off to be on the show. That's what I appreciate about him. So he's sitting right over here. We'll be right back after this from the Jewelers Bench. Show number 2292 at Pizza and Elizabeth on the Top of the Sports.
Our buddy Sherry Holtzclaw, the owner of the Jewelers Bench, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Dillon Sports Show. A lot of jewelry stores. Why trade at the Jewelers Bench?
So we've been in business for 26 years. John is the jeweler. Everything is done here. It stays here. We do not send anything out. You know, you go and buy from Zales or somewhere like that, you've got to send it off, and it's 4 weeks or whatever. But if you have any issues with your pieces, then he's here, and you can talk to him face to face. You know, we've got great employees, great customers that have become pretty much family. And we are, you know, like you had mentioned, on some of second generation of people coming in. And, you know, I think it says a lot being in business in a small town for almost 26 years.
Yep. You served your mom and dad, and now the kids are grown up, and you're serving them now. Take care of their jewelry needs as well. So, I mean, they're running the full slate. Watches, rings, Pandora. Oh, gosh. What else? You've got the Glock, you've got the Bearing watches, you got the G-Shocks. What else you got? What other watches?
So we have watches. So you said Citizens, Bearing, G-Shock. That's it. I've got a new, some new bearings coming in soon.
So full line of watches, full line of everything you need right here. The full-time jewelry store with the jewelry repair. The Jewelers Bench. Hours are open.
So we're open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and on Saturday, 9:30 to 4.
Social media, how do we find you?
So we're on Facebook and Instagram.
And the phone number is?
423-542-5600.
Great sponsor, been at it a long time. The Love Promoting Jewelers Bench right here on the Tom Miller Sports Show and Elizabeth and Cyclone Sports.
Back live on the Tom Miller Sports Show. Back, we were joined by Andrew Smith, sports writer Johnson, Press King 4 Times News. Hello, sir. How you doing?
Doing well, partner. Always a pleasure to be on. Change up the schedule a little bit this week.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, doing well.
Oh, yeah. We just we're flexible. We just make it happen. We want him on when you get him. It's commitment tomorrow. Can't be here, so we got him today. Plus, he gets a free lunch at Pizza Inn. Place is rocking. All the tables back here, with the exception of one back in the corner, are full, and everybody, with the exception of 2 over here, are full here. We're back in the sunroom where we are. And so Eric came in, he said, I'll be here in a minute. I got to make pizzas. This place is rocking. We love it. So what in the world's going on with your Atlanta Braves? They get ready to open up the series against Washington. Phillies took over first in the East. They leapfrogged over the Mets. So you got the Phillies down in first place in the National League East. Braves are coming. Spencer Strider goes tonight. That's a good sign. He's scheduled to go against the Nationals. And Mitchell Parker, so for the Nationals. How's your Braves? Feeling good about them?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's obviously a good thing to see Spencer Strider come back. There had that hamstring thing not long after he came back from the elbow surgery recovery, so glad to see him back. They're above 500 again after winning the series in Boston over the weekend. And, yeah, Strider's back. It appears that Ronald Acuna will be back pretty soon, maybe even by the end of the week. To be determined on that. But, yeah, things are definitely looking up in Atlanta.
I'm not used to looking at him without his hat on. He usually has a hat, so he had a prior engagement, so he'd look a little bit more spiffy, and he does. I appreciate him coming to be on the show. We're live here at Pizza and Elizabeth. Again, we're under a risk level 2 out of 5 for severe weather this afternoon. Again, if you're traveling down to the Knoxville, Chattanooga area, you'll get into a level 3. So, which is an increased chance even more of severe weather, a.k.a. tornadoes, certainly heavy rains, ground to sky to ground lightning. So, all the typical things you want, expect in a spring storm, not that you want, but you would expect, will be here later this afternoon here. And again, a better chance if you're traveling, as we said, down to the Chattanooga and Knoxville area. So, make you aware of that. You react to it the way you need to. All right, college football. They're talking about doing away the college football playoffs with the seeding, the power ranking. I think this helps probably the Big 12 and the ACC to have a better leg into the 12-team format. This coming up the last year, so you see it going to 16, 14?
I think 16 is probably where we're going to end up with this. If I had to guess, we'll end up 16 with maybe the SEC and Big Ten each getting 3 or 4 automatic qualifiers, the other power schools getting 1 or 2, and a few at-large bids in there. But, yeah, the way that the ACC and Big 12 are talking now, obviously they're looking to just go straight 1 through 12, no matter what conference you're from. And I get that from their perspective. They definitely would have a better chance at getting multiple seats at the table if it was straight seating, I would think. But yeah, I mean, it also makes sense why the Big Ten and the SEC don't necessarily want to see that, because they want all the seats at the table they can get. So they certainly will probably still each get a few straight seating, but may not quite look the way they would want it to.
Yeah. Well, but on the flip side of that, we'll see if they rear their ugly head. They approved it initially, Big Ten and SEC, but they have, going forward, a bigger chunk of the pie. And they know that, and they set it up that way, and everybody bought into it. So they may be the white elephant in the room. They may all of a sudden kind of rattle the sabers and say, you know, we're not real good with this because we want the SEC and the Big Ten to have a bigger chunk. They've always threatened in the last year or so to break away and have their own their own superpower conference, and they can do that at this point. They've got the media, they've got the big name schools. I mean, they got the leverage to break away if they want to. So it's be interesting to see that they say everybody's wanting to play nice here. Big Ten and SEC have openly supported the shift. So, and I'm thinking, okay, to the straight seeding, which I get to a point that I'm going, nah, because the whole point of this thing to begin with was they wanted a bigger chunk of a bigger piece of the pie, and they got it. So now they will concede to go back and go to straight seeding. So take last year's format, or last year's teams, how would the straight seeding, how would it have been different last year had we done straight seeding?
Let's see here.
Would Tennessee have played Ohio State?
Tennessee would not have played Ohio State. I know they would have had a home game, and I believe it would have been against SMU, I believe.
Yeah.
I know that Arizona State would not have gotten their bye, as did Boise State. They would not have gotten their bye either. So, yeah, it definitely would have shaken the field up for sure. Will we still had the same result in Ohio State national champion? Maybe. They were playing some fantastic ball there at the end of, or there in the postseason. So maybe nothing in the end will have changed, but the matchups to get there definitely would have.
The other story we have is that the Power Four conference is going to be asked to sign a contract to get on board all the other teams in their conferences going forward, the Power Fours. And if you don't, I've got the story here somewhere. If you don't, they are here. Look at that right here. The best thing that bit me. So leaders in the Power Four conferences are circulating a binding document that would radically transform the rules enforcement. It's going to be called the College Sports Commission, which is the one President Trump and Saban have been talking about. It's a new entity geared towards rules enforcement. Now listen to this. What do you think about this? Power Four schools will be required to sign the contract or risk being expelled from the leagues and having member schools in their league or in their conference refuse to play them unless you sign up. So they're going to force them to come on board. You have to if they go this route. I'm sure there'll be lawsuits to block this if somebody gets squirrely about this. By definition, for those out there may not know, who are the Power Four schools?
So it's everybody in the SEC, the Big Ten, the Big 12, and the ACC. Those are your Power Four.
Yeah. So everybody's got to sign on board to get everybody trying to get a level playing surface as far as the NIL. So, and then the other add to this too, when we get your take on this too, he doesn't know, he has no clue when I sit down what we're talking about. So this guy's on top of the sports world. So multiple states have considered legislation that would prevent the settlement from being legally enforceable in their states. The settlement is the one coming up, should be coming out this week or next week. The House for the NCAA, $2.8 billion. We've talked about it for weeks. Well, it looks like it's getting ready to happen. All right. Tennessee, the state of Tennessee, just last week passed a law. I don't know if you knew this or not. I did not know it. That would prevent rules that violate the Tennessee state laws from being enforceable. So you have the Tennessee state laws here, and all of a sudden you have these new laws coming in from the NCAA and the NIL and so on and so forth. And this, in and of itself, the Power Four, the College Sports Commission. State of Tennessee says if it doesn't jive with the state laws, it's not going to be enforceable. So that's a whole new can of worms.
It is, and obviously, if you are in the state of Tennessee, that makes sense. That, you know, Tennessee has the right to govern themselves differently than California, than Texas, and so on and so forth. But I definitely appreciate what the College Sports Commission here is trying to do. It's trying to kind of rein in NIL the best it can. Obviously, here coming up this coming school year, we're going to see the revenue sports being in a revenue sharing program with their athletes, not fully in the place of NIL the way it's been, but let's say Tennessee brings in random even number of $100 million, that then can be split amongst its however many players are on their football team that came from football. That's getting ready to come in. So what we've seen with NIL and collectives and all of that, I don't think it's going away, but it definitely will look different now. But yeah, I think that any attempt by President Trump, Nick Saban, anything going on at the federal level is very much needed in terms of trying to make sure everybody understands what in the world's going on with name, image, and likeness. Because this was never intended, at least by the folks originally, to just be pay for play. That's what it's turned into, right? It was initially supposed to be, hey, if you want to have your name in a video game, you can have it. If you want to sign up to have your school sell your jersey in the team shop, they can do that. If you want to go appear in a local commercial, go do it. Make your money. But obviously, it's become much, much bigger than any of that.
Yeah, it's out of control, and that's what we're trying to rein it in. But we go back for me when this all came down 3 or 4 years ago. They created a program, in this case NIL, a transfer portal, with no rules and regs, and really no guardrails. to speak of to kind of protect the process, and so now it's out of control. And they're asking the president to get involved and trying to talk about getting Saban as a commissioner of all this. And so, and at this point, they're trying to do the due diligence to rein them in. You're right. So we'll see if it sticks. Is it enforceable? I don't know. I mean, in the state of Tennessee, universities and colleges, they try and jump on board this, and it violates the Tennessee state laws that just got passed. Then I don't know where that goes. I mean, I don't know how enforceable it is here in the state of Tennessee, but we'll see. So, the RUB. NBA tonight starts the NBA playoffs, Eastern Conference Final. Knicks and the Indiana Pacers. Who do you like?
This is fun. I'm excited for this series. It's a generational NBA rivalry going back to obviously Reggie Miller and Spike Lee. Back then, it's continued to grow, and I'm excited that we get a new iteration of it. I think it'll definitely be one in the paint. I definitely think that the big matchup to watch, we know Tyrese Halliburton will show up for Indiana. We have a good feeling about Jalen Brunson with New York. It's going to be who is able to do their job in the paint. Karl Anthony Towns for the Knicks, Miles Turner, and honestly, they've been kind of rotating a lot of guys this postseason as Indiana. But to me, I think it'll come down to who can be more physical, who can win the boards, win the points in the paint battle, and ultimately, I think that's who will end up coming out of the East.
All right. In the West, you got Minnesota Timberwolves and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Who gets that one?
I like this Minnesota team a lot. Now, something I'm watching early in this series is Minnesota's been off a handful of days now. They took care of the Warriors in 5. They've been resting at home. Meanwhile, Oklahoma City just got a grueling 7-game series with Denver. For Minnesota, balancing rest versus rust here. How do they look early in Game 1? They've been off, 4 or 5 days now, I believe. So, yeah. Will they be able to kind of hit the ground running? It'll be tough there. They're playing at Oklahoma City. Obviously, OKC earned that number 1 seed. So I think I like Minnesota in the series, but watch out, especially early. May shots not falling, a little bit of rust potentially from the Timberwolves.
There you go. Everything good in your world? Getting spring fling. We got a lot of teams out there. It's awesome. Got a lot of them playing today. Got baseball going on today. So you got Greenville playing, you got University High playing, you've got Providence Academy playing. Hope I don't leave my out of the list of memory. On the softball side, you got Dobbins Bennett, you've got North Green, you've got Unicoi County playing softball. Soccer, you've got Cocke County playing from our neck of the woods. And then you got team tennis, you got Science Hill, University High, and Science Hill Boys and Girls University High's boys are playing the state tennis tournament all going on today. So it's a busy time. I don't know what the weather's going to impact down there or not.
I actually just got a text from University High head coach Christian Taylor that at least their tournament, the whole thing, has been pushed back a day due to the weather going through there. So University High for sure, and possibly most all of everything going on down there is being pushed back.
So the weather is in Nashville, and in this case Murfreesboro, and typically, you know how the pattern goes. It goes from west to east. So at some point, I would feel confident in saying that we'll get some stormy weather this afternoon and tonight. Get you some lunch, sir. So it's always appreciate you coming. He does a great job. This kid's only 21 years old.
And I'm not that young.
How old are you?
23.
Okay. God, my shoes are older than that. 23 years old, but he's a very polished young man for 23, very poised, and we appreciate him coming on the show. And so, Andrew Smith, sports writer, Johnson City Press, Kingsport Times News. And so we look to enjoy reading more of his articles between now and next week, as always. So rejoin us next Wednesday, we hope. We'll be at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. So
sounds like a plan. Always a pleasure, brother.
Yes, sir. Get you some lunch. We'll take a break. Our general manager is due to join us next. Coming up, if we can get him in here, the one and only Eric Wilson to join us coming up next year as we're live. We'll be right back after this from Physical Therapy Services on the Tom Dillon Sports Show.
Thank you much.
We're talking to our great sponsor of Cyclone Sports and Tom Dillon Sports Show, Dr. Smith, and the folks at Physical Therapy Services. For those out there who have no clue, tell us what it's all about.
Physical Therapy Services is a local mom and pop run physical therapy and occupational therapy clinic. We have clinic locations. We have 3 locations, 2 in Elizabethton, 1 in Roan Mountain. Our main office, where I'm located at 1975 West Elk Avenue, we focus on adults and athletic injuries. We have a pediatric clinic at 1500 West Elk Avenue that does both physical therapy and occupational therapy for the little kiddos out there. And then we have a clinic in Roan Mountain as well to take care of our wonderful Carter Countyans in the Roan Mountain community, and all focused on orthopedics and sports-related injuries, along with just general concerns with patients and people that want to be able to get out and move better. The human body is made to move, and that's what we try to do, is keep people moving.
Keep people moving. Hours are open.
7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Social media, how do we find out more about you?
Physical Therapy Services on Facebook. Look us up. You can also find us online at ptstn.net. And or you can just call the office, 423-543-0073, and we will put you in touch with the right people to get you the correct care that you need, whether it's through us or through one of our other affiliates that we work with.
There you go. One of our great sponsors, love promoting them. Again, the great folks at Physical Therapy Services, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Back to the Tom Taylor Sports Show. The captain's in here. How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. So I got David Lyons on. I'm covered up with people in this family tree. I got David Lyons here on Fridays from Roman Sports. I got Eric Wilson here. You know Patsy Lyons? She's probably going to be watching the show tonight.
Yeah, she made me breakfast this morning.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah, I didn't get there in time, so I owe her a trip here. As soon as I get done, I'll be...
How do we get into the Patsy Lyons group to get a breakfast from Miss Patsy? Because I'm going to...
You just show up. Division Street. I'm not exactly sure what her address is.
Yeah, that's all right. But
yeah.
Well,
there's kids running around.
Eggs, pancakes, what we have?
Biscuits, gravy, yeah. Bacon.
There you go. I'm all about that. So maybe I can worm my way into a breakfast at Miss Patsy's house, because she watches everything we do, and I appreciate that very much. We're here, the general manager of the Pizza Inn. When I got here, I thought, okay, it's going to get busy for lunch. Dude, they were standing out to the door trying to get in at 11 o'clock. They had to have the door locked to get everybody set ready to go. Once the door opened, boom. I love it.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
Yeah, May is a busy month.
Yeah.
Everybody getting out of school.
Yep.
And it just feels good. May's a really good month, I feel like.
Yeah. And we've had a lot of kids in here, too.
Mm-hmm.
And so schools are staggered when they're getting out, and Elizabeth and City's done on Friday at noon. So, but it's here. School's out like the other day. We're just going back to school, so we've done went to another school year. We're here at Pizza Inn. The buffet, all buffet is now how much?
$10.99 throughout the day. That does not include a drink. At night for the dinner buffet is $12.99. You know, we had some unexpected costs pop up, and we had to increase the buffet price by $1. But we promise we'll continue to provide pizza, pasta, desserts, a salad, and everything.
All right, stop right there. Let me go ahead and tell you out there. If you're getting squirrely over a buck, come on now. You come in and get 12 pizzas?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. 18 including
18 desserts.
Yes, sir.
18 pizzas. 3 types of pasta. Rotini noodles, and I'm getting ready to nail here in a minute. Spaghetti and penne.
Yes, sir.
You've got salad. And they're going to come in and, no, a buck's not going to, you couldn't make it for that. So a buck, now if you jump to $20, I get it. For $1 goes up for a buck, no. Don't need to apologize for that. It's part of it. So eggs have gone up. I mean, everybody knows
they've been to the grocery store, so you're not any different than the regular consumer. So look, great deal, $10.99 during the day, $12.99 at night. Come in and all you can eat. Tonight's kids' night.
Yes, sir.
$3.99 with a paid doll. Is that correct?
You got it.
Yeah. So, I mean, seriously, if you went to Food City, our great sponsor, and said, okay, I'm going to make a couple of pizzas from scratch, I dare say you're not going to get out of there buying the ingredients for $12.99 to get time to get the sauce, the dough, the pepperoni, whatever you put on your pizza. So, don't let a buck. Come on now. Come on in here.
Wash the dishes too,
That's it.
Up at the house.
That's it. You just get up and walk away.
Yeah.
So it's good stuff. Now, groups, you love groups right into the sunroom. You love groups coming in. Tell us about that.
Well, we had 60 in here yesterday. Westside brought their 5th grade class down, I believe. Miss Blevins, Miss Snodgrass, and Miss Wanda, or Area Shaw, pardon me.
Mm-hmm.
They all came down here and made, I guess it's the AR kids that meets our AR goal. So I didn't get to do that much throughout school, but we enjoy seeing them. And if you ever have any reservations, just call the store. We don't charge a fee. We'll sit you back here. We got plenty of room, and they'll take good care of you.
So I go to these schools, and they all tell me, they start talking about they're going on field trips and what have you. And every one of them this spring has said, we just love working with Eric Wilson at P10. He is such a nice guy. So there you go. So you're helping these teachers, these kids at these elementary schools in Elizabeth. But last time I was in here, you had a fundraiser from Sullivan East. So it's not just Elizabeth schools. Other people come in too, don't they?
We do, yeah. We're really blessed to have people from Bristol, Sullivan County, like you said, Johnson City. We'll get Ridgeview, I think, elementary.
Oh, yeah.
We've had some groups from over
It's
there.
over Johnson City.
Anybody that wants to come in here, we'll cut you a deal, and we'll take pretty good care of you. We enjoy it, though.
Yep.
It's fun to see those kids and everybody come in.
And I was wrong. Ridgeview is in Washington County, so it's a feeder school to one of them feeds into Crockett, one feeds to Daniel Boone. Anyway, they came all the way over here because they get it, they understand what's over here. You get great customer service. Jennifer's been working hard right here, and Emma. They get after that in the sunroom, and so they better. That's it, and they do. I've been watching. They do. I can report they do. So. What is the most popular pizza? When you go in day in, day out, it's like, okay, we got to have blank on the buffet every day.
I'll be really upset if there's not a pepperoni pizza. You have to have that.
Yeah, that's basic.
Yeah, something kind of unexpected, though. A loaded baked potato. A lot of people like that. Yeah. It's on the pan dough, which is a little bit thicker, and a lot of people enjoy it. Yeah.
I love it.
It's pretty good.
It is good. It is very good in here. So, Mr. Smith's over there wolfing it down. Our guest, Coach Brazard's been in earlier. She's stopped. She got her big salad. And so we don't talk about the salads, but you have a great salad bar, too.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we've got a few different dressings. Ranch is available with French dressing, Italian, Thousand Island. We've got some blue cheese in the back. There's an array of toppings and everything. So it's hard to beat.
It is hard to beat. And I love coming over here. I'm in here a lot, and we appreciate him very much. As you know, or if you don't know about it, to tell you, we did the player of the game for this year. We did it every year. So he's won now one of the prizes, if you will, or awards the kids get. Our student athletes, when they're the player of the game, they get a free buffet from Pizza Inn. We did it for Milligan, did it for the Cyclones, and so that's a big deal. Trust me. They get the free drink from Tuffy's Cafe inside the school if you're an Elizabeth student athlete, and they get a free buffet, and they come in there. Every time I ask those baseball guys, how many pizzas is pizza? Bug Meadows said, man, I can do 10 easy. And they probably do, because they come in and they hit it pretty hard.
Yeah, we have to take care of those guys. We need to get them in here. They had a really good season.
Yeah.
That's something to be proud of. They represented Elizabeth in a great way. So, very successful, and it's something to be proud of, I think.
What year did you graduate?
2019.
God, you've been out 6 years? That's hard to believe. My the other day, I was calling these games. This kid could play, man. This young man's like a kid. This young man could play. And he was, Louis Honeycutt said, one of the most coachable guys I've ever had. He said, this guy, he soaked it up like a sponge and went out and executed what you told him. He said, if we had a whole team full of Eric Wilson's both in and out, so we wouldn't have any problems.
We wouldn't score much, I don't think.
Oh, boy. So, he's a big basketball game. NBA playoffs start tonight. Eastern Conference Finals. You got the Knicks and the Pacers. Number one, are you surprised those two teams still standing?
Yes. Yeah.
Who do you think will be?
who I thought in the East you would have had Boston. The Celtics won it last year, and they looked like the favorites, not just for the Eastern Conference, but for the championship. And they got put out in, was it 6 games against New York? And then Indiana, if you, I know most people probably have not watched them play. I watched them a couple of times. They're really good. They've got some great guards. Yes, they can all shoot. Don't be surprised if Indiana ends up in the NBA Finals.
So it's more than Halliburton for them?
Yes. There's a guy, Andrew Nembhard is, I think he comes off the bench. He might start, but they guard you 94 feet, and the pace they play with is incredible. I mean, they get a lot of easy buckets just in transition. You're going to learn a lot about the Pacers when they beat the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Defense wins your championship. So who's got the clamp down defense? Pacers?
New York. That's New York's claim to fame. Yeah. Tom Thibodeau, he coached the Bulls with Derrick Rose. He's famous for kind of overusing his guys, and then they break down in the playoffs. But it seems like they've been the tougher ones up until this point. So we'll see what happens. But
So I'm going to put you on the spot and we'll write it down and see.
Indiana Pacers.
And how many? 7, 6, sweep. Pacers and win. How many?
Let's say 5.
Pacers at 5. All right.
They're pretty good. I think they're pretty good.
All right. Then we go to the other side of the coin, the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Oklahoma City Thunder. My guys got knocked out. I like the Nuggets. I like Jokic.
He's fine.
There's a buzz. He may go to the Lakers. I don't see that happening, but I see them when I get more help for him because, guys, he's a freak. He can play.
Incredible.
But they're out, Oklahoma City and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Who do you like?
Well, I hope Minnesota wins, but I'm afraid that we'll see Oklahoma City. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander or Anthony Edwards, I don't know which one's better yet. So I guess we're going to find out here soon. You think that Oklahoma City might have the better supporting cast, but it's hard to forget what the Minnesota Timberwolves did to the Los Angeles Lakers in round 1. They made them look really bad.
Middle school kids, basically.
And I'm a LeBron guy, and so it's hard to watch. But they got beat.
Yeah.
Embarrassed.
They did. Yeah. They got schooled.
Yeah, 5-game sweep.
So you got Oklahoma City and the Pacers to get to the NBA Finals.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma City, how many? They're going to sweep them?
It'll go 6, and Game 6 will be really ugly. They'll blow them out. So closer to 5.5.
Oklahoma City and the Pacers. Pacers in 5, and the Thunder in 6. What you saying?
Yeah, I could see the Thunder in Minnesota maybe going 6 or 7. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so I got to ask you, you're a basketball guy. Why does nobody take a chance on Mac McClung? Here's this guy's 2-time NBA slam dunk champ. I know he's engaged in it. I'm partial because he's one of us.
Yeah. I think it kind of is similar to what Tim Tebow dealt with in football, where Mac is incredibly skilled and probably capable of being in the NBA, but he's so famous that it would attract a lot of unwanted attention in your locker room, and unless he's an amazing player that translates to a lot of wins, then you probably don't want to deal with that. It's like they say in NFL, you can't have a celebrity backup quarterback. It's got to be somebody that because you don't want attention.
Yeah.
So I feel like Mac would maybe draw a lot of unwanted media attention, which is unfair to him. He can't control that.
No.
But it's just how it is. And he's a little undersized.
So, okay. The other knock is I read said he can't play defense consistently,
which I think goes back to his size. Because he certainly gives effort, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They give you 120%, no question. So back to Pete's in before I let you go. Then you got to go. It's your day off and get him out of here because you don't have many days off. So it's only one of the week. It's nice to come in. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So a fundraiser. If you want to do a fundraiser of a ball team, a church team, a mission trip, you name it to do it. The reason why is irrelevant, nor is the group. It's irrelevant too. We just want to help you raise money. How does that work? How do you do that?
You just contact the store, reach out, ask for my name, Eric Wilson, and we'll schedule a fundraiser on a Monday night. I think we're booked next week, and we've got a couple more throughout the summer. But you guys just take home 12% of what you bring in. Luckily, the owner is not local, so he didn't get to hear me say this. But we will let you all pass out flyers to the existing customers that come in here on a Monday night. We're not supposed to, but we want people to make money,
Sure.
and I think we benefit greatly from.
Everybody wins.
Yeah. So just contact the store. I'll email you a flyer. You can print it out or email it to others, and we'll have some flyers on hand the night of the fundraiser. We've got a tip jar out front. It can generate $1,500, and hopefully you end up walking away with something close to $350, $400, maybe $500 if you do really good. So it can be beneficial, I think. for
Absolutely.
folks.
All you got to do is come in and eat.
Yes, sir.
And the rest kind of takes care of itself.
Mhm.
Social media, how do we find you?
Pizza Inn is a Facebook page. Now, I'm not familiar with Facebook. I stay off of that. I don't like that website. There's a lot of complaining on there.
Oh, yeah. It's everybody's 5 minutes of fame on Facebook.
Yeah, we do have a Facebook account. The owner's wife runs that. She's a really talented marketing director. She was with Bojangles for a long time, so she knows what she's doing, and she takes care of that. I would maybe like to have a little bit of control there, but it'll come with time.
We'll let her do that.
Yes, sir. That's her profession.
That's her.
so
Yep.
She specializes in marketing.
Yep. So there you go. We love promoting Pizza Inn here on the show. We do it all the time. So we love be loyal, buy local. Come here and shop right here, in this case, eat at a mom and pop company, a.k.a. Pizza Inn. And the general manager, the captain, Eric Wilson. So
Appreciate it.
oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown. Get going. It's your day off. See you.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Go spend some time away and recharge battery and come on back in.
You know it.
You got it.
Yep.
Yep. Take care, sir. Good man.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We'll jump in and take a look at Major League Baseball schedule for this Tuesday. Happy birthday to Cher. She is 79 today. And Tony Stewart, NASCAR now NHRA driver, 54 today. That's the birthdays here on this Tuesday, May 20th on the Tom Bill Sports Show. Show number 2292. We're coming up next week on 2,300 shows. We'll keep on going here on the Tom Bill Sports Show. We're talking to Joseph Taylor, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. And what's going on at Ivy Hall Nursing Home?
Ivy Hall, we would love to have short-term rehab patients. If you go in for knee surgery, shoulder surgery, stuff like that, you need a little bit of rehab, please consider Ivy Hall. We have private rooms for our short-term rehab patients. We offer physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, full-time respiratory therapy. We'd love to take care of you.
Looking for help? Looking for folks to work here?
Absolutely, 100%. If you want to come in, if you're a CNA, LPN, RN, you want to work in dietary, laundry, housekeeping, we would love to have you. You can go to ivyhallnursinghome.com and fill out an application. Somebody will certainly call you back if you put in an application.
Yep. So all these different folks, you take care of these different therapy programs, right?
Absolutely. We love the short-term patients. We love the long-term patients. Either one, we want to take care of anybody that comes our way, for sure.
Social media?
Social media, Ivy Hall Nursing Home on Facebook. And like I said, ivyhallnursinghome.com.
There you go. One of our great sponsors, folks. Love promoting them. Again, the great folks here in Elizabethton, sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, Ivy Hall Nursing Home. Oh, this gentleman over here is wearing it out. He's having a big time at the buffet here at Pizza Inn. We thank you for being with us wherever you may be. Again, Major League Baseball last night, Kyle Schwarber, number 300 for the Phillies. Wow. So he is now the 163rd player in baseball history to hit at least 300 home runs in his career. And more importantly for the Phillies, they've taken over first place in the East. The Mets have lost 4 out of the last 5. Phillies have won 4 straight. They're now 12-5 in the month of May. The Phillies are now in first place in the National League East. Don't look now, the Braves are making some moves too. Let's see. Take a look at the standings heading into Tuesday's action. The Phillies, as we said, won 4 in a row, 7 out of 10. They're a half game better than the Mets. The Braves consistently getting it together as we talk with Andrew. Spencer Strider on the mound tonight for the Braves in Washington against the Nationals. Then a big weekend series, the Padres come into Atlanta. Padres are red hot. They're playing some excellent baseball. They're chasing the Dodgers in the West. Padres right now, they are 27-18. The Braves right now are 24-23. So the Padres will be in Atlanta this weekend. So we'll see how that goes. You have in the Central, the Cubs lead the Cardinals by 1 and the Reds by 3.5. Cubs won 6 out of 10. The Cardinals have won 8 out of 10. The Reds have won 5 straight and 6 out of 10. They're having a great month of May. So it's Cubs by a game over the Cardinals and 3.5 better than the Reds. In the West, the Dodgers, we said, the best record in baseball at 29-19. Nope, I'm wrong. They're the second best team in baseball. Nope, I'm wrong. They're the third best team in baseball. Best team in baseball are Detroit at 31-17. Then you have the Phillies at 29-18. And then you have the Dodgers at 29-19. They've lost 4 in a row, and they've lost 6 out of 10. They lead the Padres by a half game. San Francisco a game out, and Arizona 3 games out. Giants in the tailspin. They lost 6 out of 10. The Diamondbacks have won 2 in a row, so it's a half-game lead over the Padres, a 1-game lead over the Giants, a 3-game lead over Arizona in the National League West. In the American League, the Yankees have won 7 out of 10. They lead the Red Sox, who are in a tailspin. Boston's lost 6 out of 10. So the Yankees lead them by 4.5. They lead the Blue Jays by 5 games in the American League East. In the Central, get the best record in baseball, Detroit. The Tigers are 31-17. They won 6 out of 10. They lead the Twins and the Royals by 4.5 each. Twins have won 9 out of 10 and are the hottest team in baseball right now. The Kansas City Royals won 2 in a row. They're 4.5 back. In the American League West, you have the Mariners have won 4 in a row. They lead the Astros by 2.5 and the Texas Rangers by 3. The Rangers, by the way, Evan Carter and the Rangers open up the series tonight in Yankee Stadium. So the Rangers will be at Yankee Stadium in Battle of New York. They're 3 behind the Seattle Mariners now in the American League Western Division. So who plays where? Cincinnati, Pittsburgh tonight. All under the lights. Cubs will be in Miami. Red Sox hosting the Mets. That's a good series. Atlanta going to be in Washington. Mitchell Parker will go for the Nationals and Spencer Strider for the Braves. Houston to Tampa Bay. The Yankees, as we said, hosting Texas and Evan Carter in Yankee Stadium. San Diego, Toronto, Seattle, Chicago, Baltimore, the Orioles firing the manager of the weekend, as you know by now. And so Baltimore in Milwaukee to open up the series there against the Brewers. Cleveland will be at Minnesota. Detroit, the Cardinals in St. Louis. Hosting Detroit, that's a good series. That's 2 of the hottest teams in baseball, Detroit and St. Louis, in Busch Stadium tonight. Philadelphia, Colorado, and Kansas City, San Francisco. Andrew Smith telling us that he got word from Murfreesboro that the University High game today has been canceled. And I think, is everybody just, everybody's, yep, Andrew's right on it. Hit that bell. He's done it. Andrew Smith says all the baseball games in the state tournament in Murfreesboro have been moved to tomorrow because of the weather. We're in a level 2 out of 5 for us here this afternoon. So just be aware of that we got some severe weather coming in. The Angels will be in athletics, and Arizona opens up the series tonight at Dodger Stadium against Los Angeles. Landon Knack will start it tonight from Johnson City Science Hill High School. Knack will be on the mound for the Dodgers tonight in the series opener against Arizona. So that's a good thing. It's another one of our local kids. So all the baseball games today, which would be University High, and Greenville. Yep, that's the two baseballers. I want to make sure it's right. University High and Greenville. Yep. Are postponed to tomorrow. We'll just have to see if everything's postponed. I would assume baseball is so softball and everything else down at Murfreesboro. So it's spring fling. NBA playoffs tonight, Game 1, Oklahoma City and the Timberwolves. Game 1 of the Knicks and the Pacers tomorrow night. The NBA Finals, Eastern Conference Finals and Western Conference Finals. So the Western Conference starts tonight, Oklahoma City and Minnesota will get going. Now our title sponsor of the show, the good folks right down the street, Elizabeth and Ford, or Ford of Elizabeth. Look at all these used cars they got. And there's a ton of them. And so I'm going to highlight a couple of these for you because there's some really good-looking used vehicles on the lot right now, or were as of Sunday. I don't know if they're still there or not. There's Tomahawk Valley, got a lot of people walking the lot. So let's see what we've got here. We've got a 2015 Jeep Renegade Latitude, Sierra Blue with black interior. Goes for $79.87, under $8,000 for a 2015 Renegade Latitude. You have a Buick Encore Premium for $12.8. White Frost with brandy interior with a SUV, a Buick Encore Premium 2017 for $12.8 at Ford of Elizabeth. You have a Nissan Rogue Sport for $14.4. It's silver with charcoal interior. Automatic transmission, low mileage for a 2020. That's available. A Nissan 2020 Nissan Rogue at Ford of Elizabethton. They got a Ford Fusion. Oxford white exterior, interior is ebony for $15.3. A 2020 Ford Fusion SEL. You got some great used vehicles. In fact, there's one I'm looking at. And so we'll tell you which one, but I'm looking at one myself. I may go down and make a switch. So all this, again, go to the website, FordofElizabethton.com, and check out the whole inventory of used vehicles. A 2015 Jeep Renegade Latitude for under $8,000. That's worth looking at, I can tell you that. So let's take a look at the SEC. Baseball, Alabama, Missouri played at 9:30 this morning. We'll see if we can get a score on that before we get out of here. Second game will be Oklahoma and Kentucky. 12 Oklahoma, 13 seeded Kentucky. Today at 4:30, the evening session, 10th ranked Florida and 15th ranked South Carolina. And 11th ranked Mississippi State and 14th ranked Texas A&M. That's your schedule for the opening day of the SEC tournament. Tennessee plays tomorrow to play the winner of Alabama and Missouri. We're going to go to the break, see if I can find out just exactly who won that game right after this break from, let's see, the good folks. Rick Walters, Horseman Insurance, was right up the hill here. He's our great insurance agent. Does a wonderful job taking care of me, he and his staff. And so we'll jump in and let him tell you all about what's going on. And here it is with your auto insurance. We'll be right back after this. Now let's do Rick Walters. There you go. Do this one right here. We'll be right back after this on the Tom Bill Sports and Cyclone Sports. Vacation season right here, right around the corner. Getting ready to take off and go places, go here, there, or maybe just cross the region driving. Auto insurance. What should we got to have on our auto insurance policy?
Well, one of the things that we really need to make sure is that you're adequately covered on your auto insurance, especially liability. So many times you have people that you would get into an accident with, and they wouldn't have enough insurance to cover your car. I think you might have heard of someone doing that before. Mm-hmm. But you want to make sure that you're adequately covered. You kind of drive around with everything you own in the trunk of your car, and so it's your house, your bank accounts, your retirement plans. All these things can be gotten to if you were sued by someone that you injured in an automobile accident. And so if you want to protect yourself against those things, make sure you have adequate liability insurance on your car, at least $100, $300, maybe $250, $500. There's also an umbrella policy that would add $1 million coverage and liability. It depends upon your assets and what would be required in this area to help protect your assets. And so you sit down with your agent and you go over those types of plans and see, hey, look, are you adequately covered? Whereas a brand new teacher starting out wouldn't need as much coverage as the superintendent of the school system. And so you kind of look at the different amounts of coverages and kind of design it for that client.
You're a phone call away. What's the phone number?
Yeah, it's 423-543-0059, option 4. Would ring right to my desk.
He covers Carter, Washington, Sullivan, Unicoi, Johnson counties, the #1 horseman agent in the country for this year. Rick Walters, Horseman Insurance, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Bailey Sports Show and on Cyclone Sports. So we checked. Alabama's leading Missouri 3-1 at the top of the 8th inning. So the winner gets Tennessee tomorrow morning at 9:30. We'll know by the time we go on air tomorrow at Chick-fil-A how that's going. So the Crimson Tide leading Missouri top of the 8th inning. Alabama 3, Missouri 1. The SEC baseball tournament. Single elimination. Oklahoma, Kentucky will go at 2. At 4:30, Florida and South Carolina tonight. Nightcap, Mississippi State and Texas A&M. So in Tennessee will play the winner of Alabama, Missouri. Right now, Alabama's leading 3-1 at the top of the 8th inning in the opening game of the SEC tournament in Hoover, Alabama. So there you go. Now, if you like comic books, before we get out of here, here it is, a comic book extravaganza, number 6. Started yesterday, and the bidding will end through next Tuesday. And you will get over 500 comic books to bid on, starting at $1 a bid. CollinsandCompany.info, there it is. So you want to bid on these comic books, starting, all the bids start just $1. And you can get that done again by simply going to CollinsandCompany.info, as we said. And that is a great auction going on. He's got another one happening. Let's see. Yep, this one started right here. I'll squeeze this one in too before we get out of here. May the 18th, it started. It closes on the 28th. It's been up a couple of days. Household online estate auction, Elizabethton, Tennessee. Living room furniture, retro maple bedroom set. Wicker bedroom set, outdoor wicker furniture, Blue Ridge pottery, on and on and on. Radios, televisions, a garden tiller, outdoor items. Every single lot begins just at $1. And all the bids started at $1 and started for $1 on Sunday. Goes to the 28th through next Wednesday. Join us for a household online estate auction in Elizabethton, Tennessee. CollinsandCompany.info. There it is. And there you go. That's how you get it done. Go right to that website, CollinsandCompany.info, and bid on it. All right, before we get out of here, Tom Bailey Sports Show, the weight loss
pill
success.
pack.
Thank you,
Pill
because you
pack.
are responding.
Yeah,
We
so
appreciate
these
that.
are good for.
What I hit? I hit something. There we go. Hit the button by mistake. Thank you, because you're responding. We appreciate that. The weight loss success. Medically supervised weight loss program. Been doing it for over 20 years. We're on Facebook at Weight Loss Success. They've helped people lose weight in 6 states. Free consultation. Several weight loss programs to choose from. You can walk in or make an appointment. The number to call is 282-9990. It's in North Johnson City. Marie May does, she's the manager, does a wonderful job. 282-9990. Everything is medically overseen by a medical doctor. A physician's assistants on staff at all times. Are open Monday through Saturday. They're closed on Wednesdays. And you can, again, give them a call, go to the website, or go to the Facebook page, Weight Loss Success in Johnson City. Free consultation. Several weight loss programs to choose from. If you're looking to lose a little bit of weight, a lot of weight, if you're looking to get ready for a cruise or a class reunion, pick the reason. A wedding, going to be in a wedding, you're going to be going to a wedding, whatever the reason. You want to lose some weight, that's what you do. You go to the phone number, 282-9990, and make an appointment or just walk in. It's at North Johnson City, right down from Greg's Pizza in that shopping strip. area. They're right above the top of the hill of Target in North Johnson City. 282-9990, Weight Loss Success. We would encourage you to go by there and sit down and get going with it. So several weight loss programs to choose from, whichever one you want to use to make it most effective for you is what they'll do. So there you go. All right, quick break. We'll be right back after this to say goodbye after this timeout. Working our way through this Tuesday, May the 20th. We'll come right back after this. Got a big sale going on for Memorial Day. Huge Memorial Day sale going on from Cannon's Furniture. And here's Daryl tell you all about it here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
We're talking to our sponsor again, Daryl Cannon from Cannon's Fine Home Furnishings, proud sponsor of the Cyclones and Tom Taylor Sports Show. So for folks who've never been here, tell us all about Cannon's. What's it all about?
Oh, goodness. Family-owned business. We are always at Cannon's in the house usually. I mean, we're here for our customers. We want to support our community. We love our little town. Elizabethton is such a sweet place to live in. And we got 4 grandkids. They're all involved in sports, softball, baseball, volleyball, soccer. So we enjoy that aspect of our community. And enjoy our customer. We love to see people come in and love to talk to them and just have a good time.
42 years. So how do we find you on social media?
We have a Facebook page that is tremendously visited. We have probably around 15,000 followers each month, and that's a good way. CannonsHomestore.com is our website. Full picture catalog of, I think there's 1.2 million things on our website.
Wow.
Now, we don't have all that in the store, but it just shows how much we can get. Have a lot of things of it in the store, but we don't, of course, don't have room for a million products.
Hours are open?
Open 10 to 6, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. This coming next Friday will be open until 8 that night. It's the downtown Thirst Friday event. Looking forward to that.
And the phone number?
423-543-6937.
One of our great sponsors again right here at the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. The great folks right here at Cannon's Fine Home Furnishings in downtown Elizabethton.
Hi, this is Big Country, and you're watching my buddy Tom Taylor and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From Physical Therapy Services, one of our great sponsors. You work with pediatrics at PTS. Tell me about that.
I do not. I work with pediatric athletes, but yes, we do pediatric at 1500 in the medical care building. That's when they work with people that they're developmentally delayed, where they're having a hard time walking, crawling, that kind of thing. Also Down syndrome, autism, all of that. And so they work, PT and OT work in conjunction with each other to help these kids get back to normal life.
Something that they treat a lot more than I realized, headaches. A lot of folks come in with headaches and you help them. Tell me about that.
Yep. So headaches can come from the neck. It can come from, you can have vertigo and headaches and that kind of thing. So what we do is we do an evaluation, see if we can kind of pinpoint where those headaches are coming from, either refer them out if they need other help from like an ENT or something like that, a migraine specialist, or if we think that we can help them, we'll treat their neck and whatever other issues that they have going along with that.
Social media, how do we find you?
We have Facebooks for the pediatric and the ortho clinics, and then you can either call us or find me on a sideline somewhere.
Dr. Aaron Kaiser, one of our great sponsors with Physical Therapy Services of Cyclone Football and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Byron with the Tom Dooley Sports Show is going to do it here from Pete's Inn. Again, don't forget that it's an everyday price. The buffet is $10.99 Monday through Friday from 11 to 4. The evening buffet price is $12.99 for adults. Senior buffet is $8.99 every day and all day on Wednesdays. Can't beat that if you're a senior. $8.99 all you can eat here at Pete's Inn in Elizabethton. You heard him talk about the fundraisers, how you can get a fundraiser and get you involved to raise money for an organization. Simply calling and asking for Eric here at Pete's Inn. Get that set up. And kids it's kids night tonight with the Paying It All Kids Eat All You Can Eat for $3.99. Coming up tonight, every Tuesday night at Pete's Inn here in Elizabethton. So appreciate him. Thanks to Kelly Broussard being with us, the swim coach from the Elizabethton Cyclones. Also, Andrew Smith, sports writer, Johnson City Press, Kingsport Times News, and General Manager Eric Wilson here with us. Appreciate him as always. Here's the verse today. This is good. There's two ways to live our lives. Our way and His way, Lord's way. His way is the best way. Hit it. Because He loves us unconditionally. He has our best interest at heart. He knows the pitfalls lie ahead of us in our lives, can help us navigate around it and through them. He even knows us so well, says in Matthew 10:30, knows how many hairs on our head. You look that up. Matthew 10:30. It's interesting. Here's the verse of the day for the broadcast. Proverbs 19:21 says, many are the plans in a man's heart, but it's the Lord's purpose that prevails. We make a lot of plans, at the end of the day, it's how the Lord wants it to go, it's going to go. It is not for us to say what God will do. Our job is to believe that He'll do something. That's true. And He willingly died for you, and He died for me. So why would we not let Him direct our lives? I did not do it for a long time. He knows us better than we even know ourselves. He knows how many hairs on our head. Read it, Matthew 10:30. So it says, let go and let God, which is a good way to look at it. Let go and let God. That's the verse today, Proverbs 19:21. Many are the plans of a man's heart, but it's the Lord's purpose that prevails. Good way to end it. Thanks for watching show number 2292. Tomorrow we'll be at 2293. We'll be at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City tomorrow. Mr. Baseball will be along. Got some other folks lined up ready to go tomorrow to be on the show. We're looking forward to being there at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. So we're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Here comes another big group in this place is hopping today. And we'll always tell you, bloom where you're planted and win or lose, be a good sport. And thanks for watching show number 2292 from Pete's Inn here in Elizabethton on this Tuesday edition of the Tom Dooley Sports Show. Back to you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Remember, we're on a level 2 out of 5 in terms of severe weather here in the Tri-Cities. If you're traveling to the south, to the Knoxville, Chattanooga area, they're under a level 3 out of 5. So make you aware of that. You respond how you need to respond to it. See you back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching the show from Pete's Inn. Bloom where you plan.